This edition of Dive, Dock, and Dine is brought to you by Greater Fort Lauderdale. Start planning at sunny.org. Let's go. 4C Scuba Centers. Dive like a local. Paralens, a passion for pioneering.
I'm Chiefy, underwater hunter, scuba diver, and author.
Join Chiefy and his crew as they dive the ocean blue to harvest the catch for the day. Then they'll dock it up at a local waterfront restaurant as guest chefs prepare their fresh catch with an amazing view. Are you hungry yet? Well, your table is ready for Dive, Dock, and Dine. Do you know Chiefy?
Today is Lionfish, right? So we got Charlie Schramm, who is by far the local resident lionfish expert. So he can handle them, he can fillet them, and he knows everything there is to know about lionfish. Rosalie, on the other hand, is a huntress. I mean, she can find them lionfish and she can harvest them. So it's a great combination.
So why are we out here today to kill lionfish?
Because we're going to eat them. That's the best part, buddy, okay? In order to beat them, we're going to eat them. And that's why we're here at 15th Street Fisheries. World-renowned. I mean, they're right here on Las Olas, right by the Port Everglades entrance where all the cruise ships come in. This is, I mean, this intercoastal waterway view is absolutely spectacular.
We sponsor a tournament, and we try to bring in as many local fishermen and divers as we can, and we get upwards of probably about 50 boats, and they go out towards the end of June, and we do our part to capture some of those lionfish and bring them back here. We've got a fish tank at our front entrance, and we try to keep 3-4 lionfish in there, and we've got a little video screen up above so that the people can be educated as to, you know, what the history of the lionfish are and what the potential dangers are of the lionfish. And here we're very fortunate at the fisheries. It's more of an experience than just coming out to eat. You know, as we like to say, a piece of fish is a piece of fish, but here we've been feeding tarpon out in our dock here for about, again, 40 years. And so it's quite an attraction, and we've got that all lit up at night. So it's a great place for folks to come and bring their kids out there. And there's nights when we've got, 40 or 50 people on the docks just feeding tarpon and enjoying the scene out there. Always talk about the vibe, and you can tell when you walk in that front door there's a certain vibe at the fisheries, and you know there's not many places people can go and something to people that they might not be able to get anywhere else.
But where we found them today, they were more in that 80-foot range. We had a couple of wrecks that we hit. It was absolutely gorgeous. We had top to bottom visibility. Incredible diving today on the sea experience with Bill Cole. It was phenomenal.
Oh, but I'm back. It's actually working.
Yeah, buddy! If you're kind of like those, I want to learn how to spearfish. I want to learn how to, help the environment, right? Targeting lionfish is the absolute best way to do that. So Rosalie, I notice you're like the huntress down there with these lionfish, all right? What are you looking for?
The first thing I'm looking for is to spot a lionfish. And you can see them in places that have a lot of structure. Lionfish are ambush predators, and they are looking for places to eat fish. So when I find one, the first thing I do is to look around it, because there's usually more lionfish nearby. You also want to be careful to make sure there are no eels nearby either, because they will come get you. Lionfish and lobster hunting are very similar. They like to stay in the same habitat. Once you have the lionfish on your spear, you're going to want to have a good handle on your zookeeper, because you would take the lionfish and put it into the zookeeper. What's great about the zookeeper is it's a one-way in, no way out. The point of the zookeeper is not to keep your hands away from the lionfish. So once you put it in, you can pull it out and the lionfish will be securely in the zookeeper. And the bottom has drainage to help with flow, and it keeps you functioning in the water. At the end of the dive, you can unscrew and pour the lionfish
Very nice.
into a cooler.
That's a nice device.
Grab the pole spear, I put my thumb under the band, and then I reach all the way forward to the end of the spear. But you want to hit them with your first shot, because after you shoot at them the first time, the hunt is on and they will swim away from you.
They will rip off too, right?
The barbs help keep the lionfish on the spear. So you can have a 3-pronged spear, a 5-pronged spear, a 6-pronged spear. Usually the more prongs, the better. I love shooting lionfish, and I'm really good at spotting them. The hunt is on. I get very excited, and I feel like I'm doing well for the reef. Lionfish will eat anything that fits in their mouth, and they have no predators in the Western Atlantic waters. So they will eat everything and nothing eats them. So we have to eat them in order to save our native species. I think they can reproduce every 3 to 5 days, depending on the size of the lionfish and the temperature of the water. Divers have to be on the front line because they're the ones going to the deepest recreational depths, and there are plenty of derbies that help throughout the state of Florida, put on by the Reef program, and they take out a ton of lionfish in one swoop.
Yeah, Sea Experience is great. Local, it's at Bahi Mar, but Sea Experience is excellent. Cater to those visitors, cater to you as a diver. Hey, did you even touch your gear? No, they load your gear up, they unload your gear, they bring it to the shop. Phenomenal, everything is right there. If you're local in the area and you're diving, you should be part of the Chiefy crew. You know what I mean? The hashtag Chiefy crew. And we get out there and we're just having fun.
Look at the size of that one on top. Oh, pick up that slub. Nice. Let's see that guy.
Oh, you were supervising. I saw you up there.
Hey, Charlie, you know, you're kind of like our resident handling of lionfish expert, okay? Tell me, how do you handle this?
When you shoot them, the best thing to do is to get them into a zookeeper or some other collection device.
Gotcha.
There are some people like myself who are unaffected by the venom, so I like to trim them underwater.
And they're not poisonous.
They are not poisonous. They are venomous.
That's the biggest thing. They're venomous,
right?
So they do have spines that'll get you.
Right. There are 13 spines on the dorsal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. On the back is just a regular old fin, nothing to worry about.
Okay.
On the dorsal, what you'll see is there is a skin sheath over a spine. The spine is fluted. It has 3 veins, and there is a tissue that has the venom in it that is actually laying in those flutes. So if you take a spike, what's happening is your tissue is coming into contact with the tissue that is within the flute on the spine itself. 13 on the dorsal, then we turn it over, and there are 2 venomous spines on his pelvic fins.
Oh, looky there. Those they'll get you.
Right.
Because you don't even know they're there.
But again, Jim, you can touch this fin.
Yeah,
See the fin itself?
Yeah,
There's nothing to worry about
this is
there.
Fine.
There is another one here. They're in stereo.
Okay.
1 spike here. And then on the back, in the anal fin, there are 3 venomous spines.
Guys.
Number 1,
little guys.
number 2, and number 3. But once again, all we have left is a fin. There is nothing to worry about in the tail.
Or these side things, too. They look pretty,
Or
right?
the pectorals, yeah. This is why we call it the lionfish. Absolutely gorgeous
pretty.
animal.
That's a big one.
That's a nice size fish.
And I noticed you handle them a lot, like when you put your thumb in their mouth.
Right. When I shoot them in the water, very often what I'll do is I'll hold them like a big mouth bass, and then I will start with a pair of scissors from the back. Now I do take this fin off because I want a nice smooth line across the back of the fish.
Gotcha.
So I'm going in here, clip these off. just kind of get them to the side.
Now, even though you've cut them off, if you were to touch those things,
there is still
there's
venom in there.
Okay,
right.
gotcha. So you had to be careful when you clean them like that.
Heat denatures the venom. If you want to boil these spines, you got a toothpick.
I understand. Yeah, they use them for
skewers.
Yeah, I hear they even use them for jewelry.
You can do that too.
Okay, well, they are the Indo-Pacific lionfish. We have two principal species down here, Patarawa and Miles. They are here in the Atlantic Ocean, the Atlantic Basin as we call it. They go from Colombia all the way up to North Carolina with a permanent population. Anything less than 55 degrees Fahrenheit and the fish die. But they do appear as far north as Long Island Sound in the summer, towards the end of the summer when the water is warm. They're not very big because there's a dieback that happens every winter up there. You can find them anywhere from 2 feet deep down to, last I heard, about 1,200 feet deep. They breed down to 300 feet. They hunt down to 1,200 feet. They are here to stay, but they're a good source of food. They're a lot of fun to hunt. It's a great thing to learn how to hunt, to build your skill. As long as you've got the right equipment, you can do it relatively safely.
Okay, so now what we've done is we have a fish that has been completely demilled, as it were. We tend to call these grenades when they're fully intact. So here you have a fish that has no venomous spines. Again, the pectorals over here, nothing to worry about. The tail fin, nothing to worry about. And then we can look down the gullet. Okay,
nice,
has a heavily armored head. There's some sharp ridges up here that'll tend to get you. A lot of bony structure.
But it's not
there's
venomous.
no venom in there.
Right,
nothing to worry about. All right, so now we're going to go into cleaning the fish. Need a good sharp knife. The colder the fish is, the better. It gives it a firmer flesh. I'm just going to break the skin, cut in about a quarter.
Charlie, that's the way you normally fillet a fish. Just right down the spine like that.
This is very much what people in the South would call a dolphin cut. The way that you would cut a mahi, a dolphin, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. And then I'm going to make a cut down the bottom. And all I did here was break the skin. Now, you can pull this off with your fingers by hand. No special tools required. And we're revealing that beautiful, beautiful white fillet.
That's nice fillet. Look at that. Not a bloodline or anything. Pure white.
No bloodline. All white meat. I'm going to run it along the backbone, the spine. I'm going to lift off the fillet. I'm cutting it tight. And there it is. Now, there's a few bones that are going to be hiding in the rib cage.
Right along that rib cage,
So you just reach in there with your finger, feel for them.
Those are real tiny bones too. I remember
they are quite small. And now we have a fillet.
Nice.
There we go.
Look at that. We're getting ready to eat the lionfish. That's the part I like, Charlie.
Stay with us during the break, and Chiefy will try lionfish in one of many ways. Stay with us. Dive like a local at Force E Scuba.
Hey, Chiefy!
Force E Scuba has been getting the local divers ready since 1976. Reload your tanks, repair your gear, and keep it in top shape. Force E is the spearfishing headquarters for all the local divers, along with all the training items and everything you could need for fun, safe dives, and looking good topside too. Come by or click Force E Scuba and start diving like a local. This edition of Dive, Dock, and Dine is brought to you by Greater Fort Lauderdale. Start planning at sunny.org. Let's go. Force E Scuba Centers. Dive like a local. Paralens. A passion for pioneering. Welcome back to Dive, Dock, and Dine.
I think most people are afraid. They hear, oh, they're poisonous. And no, the meat is delicious. That's a nice one.
So what can you do with that?
A lot. Ceviche, fry it, blacken.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice one. It's very sweet, pure white fillet, and we're going to see it with Chef Ulysses here, who's going to give us a couple of little special recipes here at 15th Street Fisheries. Chef Ulysses, good to meet you.
Chiefy, good to meet you.
Glad to be here at the 15th Street Fisheries.
I'm glad you're here.
The executive chef.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to show us a couple of recipes, but right now we're going to do one of my favorites, Lionfish ceviche?
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
One of the staples. Lionfish ceviche. Well, of course, we have our lionfish fillets.
Oh, and look at these fillets. If you didn't, I mean, that's delicious looking.
Oh, beautiful.
I mean, right? Pure white fillet.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Tender,
sweet,
suck it, you know, and actually will come out a little flaky, almost like a little grouper.
It is actually almost very similar to between a snapper, maybe a grouper.
Yeah.
Consistency, and then beautiful.
But pure white fillet and sweet. I'm glad you said that, because this is a perfect fish to use in ceviche.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Good. And you've already cut it
And not a lot of people have done it.
No, I know.
You know, they're definitely they're scared of it.
Yeah, people think it's, quote, poisonous.
They're scared of it, but it's really not. It's really not. It's sweet, it's tender, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I will use it anytime.
Good. Okay. All right, so you've already kind of cut this up a little bit?
Yes, we have I just did it into strips.
Yep.
Into small strips. I'm going to put into the bowl.
I'll help you, okay?
Of course.
You know.
There you go. That's basically it.
Good deal. All right.
Now we have our limes.
Right.
We're going to use red onion.
Okay.
Cilantro. Red pepper.
All right.
Our sugar. Our salt.
Ooh.
A little bit of a garlic oil.
Sugar. Wait. Whoa. Back up. Sugar?
Sugar. It balances out the lime.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Perfect. Okay, great.
And a little bit of olive oil.
Okay, good. Got it.
All right. So now we're gonna put the first thing we're gonna put in, our lime.
You covered it pretty well. Good. Got it.
You kind of want to pat it down a little bit, make sure everything's on the lime.
And the lime actually kind of cooks.
Yeah, it definitely. It's a method of cooking it.
Great.
Basically with the acidity. Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is.
Nice.
So we're gonna throw in a little bit of our salt to season it. Not too much.
Nope.
A bit of the sugar. And sugar is just a pinch.
I learned something today.
Just a pinch.
Okay, got it.
We're gonna have a little bit of garlic oil. Just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Olive oil.
Oh, nice.
And then we can start throwing in the more solid ingredients. Red onion, cilantro, and diced red pepper.
Oh, look at the colors. Huh? I love it.
Beautiful colors.
I love it. It's gonna,
Then we can mix it.
So you're letting the juices get absorbed.
We're letting it marinate.
Let it marinate in there. Yeah.
All right, it's been sitting in the lime juice for about 10-15 minutes. We're just gonna plate up real quick, and here we go.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Presentation is everything.
Then I have on the side a little bit of our house wontons, and voila, very simple. Simple, delicious.
Time for me to eat.
Time for you to eat. There you go.
I'm going to put a big piece on there, okay? You ready?
Ready. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
How is it?
I taste the lime juice for sure, okay? But the balance, the crunchiness with the wonton.
Wonton.
Oh, excellent. Fantastic job.
Right. Thank you.
Chef, this is delicious.
Amazing.
I can't wait to finish this up. So, but we're going to see other ways now of preparing. So what do you have here?
Well, we have, we pan-seared it with a little bit of our blackening spice.
And that's your special house
special house blackening spice, yes.
You can get that anywhere.
No, not really. Anywhere, only here.
Only here.
Yeah, only here.
Well, you can make up your own, right?
Of course, yes.
Right. So it's just a blackening, and you grilled it.
Yes.
That was it. Okay, good deal. Then, this is different.
We have lionfish throats.
Lionfish, so the bottom, the throat of the lionfish, and you kept the pectoral fins attached.
Yes.
And then you fried this?
Yes.
Oh. And I'm gonna eat this?
I hope so.
Okay, good deal. All right, and one other dish here is
we just have a tempura lionfish
you just filleted. You took the fillet and the tempura fried it essentially. Excellent. But to complement any one of these, We're going to do a sort of a...
Our house tropical slaw.
All right, so what are we starting off with? How are we going to do this?
We have a little bit of the white cabbage.
Good, I like it.
Shredded carrots.
Got it.
Mandarin oranges. Purple cabbage. House coleslaw dressing. And red peppers. First, we add a little bit of the carrots. A little bit of the mandarins.
Ooh. Oh, this is going to taste great.
Purple cabbage. Red pepper.
Wow.
Then we just mix some of that coleslaw dressing.
Oh, yeah. Now, can you tell me what's in there?
It has a little bit of red wine vinegar, mayo, paprika, garlic, and onion powder.
Oh, nice. That looks good.
And then
now you're going to mix it together?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
That looks great. And you want to, we can plate it right away, right?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Want me to help you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Now, we would put, you want to do the blackened fish on
Yes,
there
sir.
too? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Because I think it's time for me to eat. Yeah, let me dip into this little coleslaw first. Oh, first of all, the oranges, I love that. But that sauce,
Amazing.
it's simply amazing. It's excellent. It's smooth. You know, it's not like overpowering, but I can see it's going to be a great compliment to this blackening. Okay, you ready? The blackened lionfish?
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm actually going to put like a little bit of coleslaw in with the blackening.
You gotta have a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a little bit of everything. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need more. Oh. First of all, the blackening seasoning is superb.
Thank you.
It's not like super strong.
No, not at all.
But it's
a very, very well balanced.
Right, good, solid, texture to the fish. Adds a nice complement, with the blackening to it. It's excellent.
Awesome, thank you.
Nice dish. This is a really great
You
dish.
can only get that here, remember.
I love it. Street Fisheries. Love it. Thank you. Excellent. So finally we have these lionfish throats with the pectoral fins, so they look really pretty, but they won't hurt you because there's no spines in there, right?
Nope.
And so tell me, this is a very unique dish, huh?
Yeah, definitely. You can only get that here. We only do it. I haven't seen any other restaurant make the throats before. Tempura, batter it, and fried it, deep fried it. Beautiful dish.
I did hear through the grapevine that the Gulf of Mexico guys started this. That's what I understand.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to give this a try.
Go for it.
All right, you ready? Oh, look at there. Now that's a lot of meat right there. That is a lot of meat. Oh. Wow. You know what it is? First of all, yeah. The meat is very tender. That's the key right there. But the tempura batter that you created, this gives you like a little handle, so you can just eat these all day. You can be like chicken wings. Fish chicken wings, lionfish chicken wings, a new invention.
A new invention.
But Chef, I'm going to tell you, you did a great job. You did a great job. What a compliment for our Dive, Dock, and Dine right here in beautiful Fort Lauderdale. I mean, right on the intercoastal. I mean, I don't know, how do you guys get any work done around here?
We don't.
You really created some very, very unique dishes for us using lionfish.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming.
It was great.
Thank you.
You realize that we can come here either by Port Everglades by cruise ship, or we could fly in here by the airport, and we could drive over, Uber over to Sea Experience, and then within, 15 minutes, we're diving in a reef. I mean, you talk about diving it all, we can literally dive it all. And we're less than a mile off the white, sandy, beautiful beaches. Phenomenal stuff.
Dive like a local at Force E Scuba.
Hey, Chiefy!
Force E Scuba has been getting the local divers ready since 1976. Reload your tanks, repair your gear, and keep it in top shape. Force E is the spearfishing headquarters for all the local divers, along with all the training items and everything you could need for fun, safe dives, and looking good topside too. Come by or click Force E Scuba and start diving like a local.